of Dedication. Elisha, we on? All right. I'm not going to keep you guys. It's going to be quick. It's going to be quick. I know Deacon and last week went to most of it, so just going to touch on a couple of things and let you guys enjoy the feast. Let me open up with Daniel 11. Daniel chapter 11 right quick.
Yes, sir.
Read verse, 31? Read verse 31.
Daniel chapter 11 and verse 31. And arms shall stand on his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and shall take away the daily sacrifice, and they shall place the abomination that maketh desolate.
So they shall take away the daily sacrifice. So we know that the army come and with the put idols to or the altar, right? Verse 32.
Verse 32. And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt by flatteries. But the people that do know their God shall be strong and do exploits.
33.
And they that understand among the people, shall instruct many. Yet they shall fall by the sword, and by flame, by captivity, and by spoil many days.
Give me... Read verse 34. Let me see something.
Verse 34. Now when they shall fall, they shall be hoping with a little help.
That little help is Judah Maccabees. Read.
But many shall cleave to them with flatteries.
Many shall cleave to them with flattery. Hey, go to the next chapter. Read verse 10 right quick.
Daniel chapter 12 and verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried. But the wicked shall do wickedly.
The wicked what?
The wicked shall do wickedly. And none of the wicked shall understand.
None of the wicked shall understand. The 2/3 is not going to understand. They're not going to get this. They're not going to understand. Read.
But the wise shall understand.
The wise, the 1/3 going to understand. They're going to understand. How do we know? That's why you see today, what we're doing. We're celebrating the Feast of Dedication. So we, the wise, the righteous, we're going to understand. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. From there, you know what? Read verse 11 also. Let me see something.
Verse 11. And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days.
So remember under Antiochus? Antiochus, we was forbidden to keep the law. We was forbidden to keep the law. From there, give me number right quick. Numbers chapter 7 verse 1.
Numbers chapter 7 and verse 1. And it came to pass.
Officer, are we on YouTube? Okay, go ahead, read.
And it came to pass on the day that Moses had fully set up the tabernacle and had anointed it and sanctified it and all the instruments thereof, both the altar and...
Hold on. Read it again for me.
And it came to pass on the day that Moses had fully set up the tabernacle and had anointed it and sanctified it and all the...
So I want you to keep this in mind, right? He said Moses had set up the tabernacle, he has anointed it, and what? He sanctified it. And what else?
And all the instruments thereof.
All the instruments thereof, talking about all the vessels, all the instruments thereof, and
both the altar and all the vessels thereof, and had anointed them and sanctified them.
He anointed them and sanctified them. Keep that in mind. He anointed them and sanctified them. 2 Chronicle. 2 Chronicle chapter 7. Let's start at verse 1.
2 Chronicles chapter 7 and verse 1. Now when Solomon had made an end of praying, the fire came down from heaven and consumed the burnt offering and the sacrifices, and the glory of the Lord filled the house.
So This is talking about after Solomon built the temple. Right? Now, go to no. Read verse 9. Read verse 9.
Verse 9. And in the 8th day, they made a solemn assembly.
And the 8th day, they make a solemn assembly.
For they kept the dedication of the altar 7 days.
How many days?
7 days.
Read.
And the feast 7 days.
And the feast 7 days. Right? Verse 11.
Verse 11.
Actually, read 10 and 11.
Verse 10. And on the 23rd day of the 7th month, he sent the people away into their tents, glad and merry in heart for the goodness that the Lord had showed unto David and to Solomon and to Israel his people.
The point is in 11. Read.
Thus Solomon finished the house of the Lord.
Solomon finished the temple.
And the king's house. And all that came into Solomon's heart to make in the house of the Lord. And in his own house. He prosperously effected.
So they dedicate the temple to Mosai. So they keep the feast of dedication. You're with me? They keep the feast of dedication, right? Which was 7 days. Give me first Ezra. Let me get it. First Ezra chapter 7. Chapter 7, we're going to read verse 6 and 7.
First Ezra chapter 7 and verse 6. And the children of Israel, the priests and the Levites, and others that were of the captivity, that were added unto them, did according to the things written in the book of Moses. And to the dedication of the
when he says the book of Moses, he's talking about Moses commanded us to keep the dedication. That's what he's talking about. Read verse 7.
And to the dedication of the temple of the Lord.
To what?
The dedication of the temple of the Lord.
To the dedication of the temple of the Lord.
They offered 100 bullocks, 200 rams, 400 lambs.
So that's talking about, when you're reading down, it's talking about what the sacrifice. The sacrifice, the goat for Israel. It's also he's saying, right? So now. First Maccabees. First Maccabees, chapter 4. Start at verse. Where do I want to start? Start at verse. Start at verse 38. Read down.
First Maccabees, chapter 4 and verse 38. And when they saw the sanctuary desolate, and the altar profaned, and the gates burned up, and shrubs growing in the courts as in a forest, or in one of the mountains. Yea.
Now, keep in mind, this is when the Greeks come against us. Read.
Yea, and the priest chambers pulled down. They rent their clothes, and made great lamentation, and cast ashes upon their heads, and fell down flat to the ground upon their faces, and blew an alarm with the trumpets, and cried toward heaven. Thus then Judas appointed certain men to fight against those that were in the fortress.
That was the Greeks. Judah Maccabees ordered them to fight against the Greeks. Read.
Until he had cleansed the sanctuary.
Until he had cleansed the sanctuary.
So he chose priests of blameless conversation, such as had pleasure in the law.
Read that again.
So he chose priests of blameless conversation.
Of what?
Blameless conversation.
Of blameless conversation, such as pleasure in the law. It's talking about priests that have not only have good reputation, that was blameless, but also know the law. Go ahead, Cap.
So in other words, these priests were in the same mind, same spirit. They all had the same agenda to get the Greeks out of the temple and out of the land, to cleanse and dedicate that temple. They was of one mind, one spirit.
Yep. And these priests didn't have they trade the blood in them. These priests wasn't there, they didn't have that blood to betray their people. That's what he's saying. They were just like Captain said, they were in one mind. Their job was their mindset was to take the Greeks out, take the other nations out. They were the enemy. So they can cleanse the temple. What verse you in?
Verse 43.
Uh-huh.
Who cleansed the sanctuary and bear out the defiled stones into an unclean place.
Defile. Why was defiled? Who remember why it was defiled? Brother down there. Why was defiled?
Shalom leadership. They was bringing swine in the temple.
Exactly. They were sacrificing swine into the altar. Verse 44. You're in verse 44, right?
Yes, sir. And when as they consulted what to do with the altar of burnt offerings, which was profane, they
so
thought,
remember, it was profane. It was defiled. So now they come together with a meeting. They say, okay, what we're going to do? Read.
They thought it best to pull it down, lest it should be a reproach to them, because the heathen had defiled it.
So they come to the conclusion it's better to just tear the whole thing down. Why? Because that nation have defiled it. Have defiled it. Let me tell you something. I know today we don't have the temple standing. Right? There's many ways to defile the temple. There is many ways to defile it. That's why we don't allow Esau to come inside our congregation. Because Esau can defile it. We don't allow the Chinese men to come inside here because they can defile it. That's why we're not supposed to marry them. Because you can get defiled by marrying them.
Hey, Deacon, how can a congregation, Israelite congregation at that, celebrate the feast of dedication and they allow Edomites in there at the same time? Everybody reading the same history right here.
They're not celebrating that.
I don't know what they celebrate.
No, I don't know what they celebrate. They're not celebrating.
But how the hell you going to read this, claim you celebrating the feast of dedication, and your congregation allows Esau up in there, and you reading this about what happened with the Greeks? That's got to be some strange stuff, man. That's your whole congregation is defiled just by that alone.
Because you know what they're saying? Oh, well, the temple is not standing. You make no sense. Let me tell you something. Was it yesterday? Yesterday, Saturday? Yeah. Sunday. No, yesterday, Sunday. Saturday, we rededicate the school in Austin. That's what we did. So think about it. We're doing it, but we got Esau inside it. That makes no sense. We have that nation inside it. That makes no sense. In reality, the actually reason to celebrate is because we love the other nations. You guys forget what the war is about? The war that Judah Maccabees bring to the Greeks was why? Because they wasn't allowed to keep the law. They come inside. They want us to eat pork. They want us to break Mosagad laws. That was what the law was about. That was what the war was about. So every time we celebrate, this is what we're saying. We're saying we don't want to be defiled with the other nations. We remember what our forefathers, the Maccabees, did. That's the purpose of celebrating this. Christ himself celebrating this. So what are you talking about?
So how can Jesus be for everybody and Christ celebrating the Israelites' victories over Esau?
Over Esau. That makes no sense.
How can he be for Esau too if he's celebrating the destruction of the Edomites? That don't make no damn sense.
That makes no sense. Continue reading now. We're going to read down to verse 55. Read down.
Wherefore they poured it down. Verse 46. And laid up the stones in the mountain of the temple in a convenient place, until there should come a prophet to show what should be done with them.
You know what I like about this verse? This verse show you that there was a time we was in order, man. There was a time we was in order. You know what he said? He said, lay up the stone But the part I want is they say until there should come a prophet to show what should be done with them. You know what they're quoting from? They're quoting from Exodus 30, verse 25 to 29. That's what they're quoting from. These men know the law.
So Judah Mac just didn't do his own thing.
No.
He wasn't
No.
self-willed. He didn't
No.
say, let's just destroy it. We're going to get our own stones.
Yeah.
He
No.
said, let's lay it up for a prophet to come.
There was an order. There was an order, and they know the order. It's us today who forget the order. Today the Negro say, nah, hell with you. Hell with you prophets. Let's just do this. I'm start my own thing. There was an order, and we know the order. We was an order. Read.
Verse 47. Then they took the whole stones according to the law and built a new altar according to the former and made up the sanctuary and the things that were within the temple and hallowed the courts. They made also new
What is it
holy
with hallow
vessels.
mean? Huh? Can you please remove that thing so we can talk? Cleanse. Cleanse. Read.
Verse 49. They made also new holy vessels into the temple. Into the temple, they brought the candlestick and the altar of burnt offerings.
So basically, when they cleanse it, they get rid of everything. Even the vessels. There's like all the vessels defile. We got to get rid of everything. We got to even get new vessels. Everything. Read.
And the altar of burnt offerings of incense and the table. And upon the altar they burned incense. And the lamps that were upon the candlestick they lighted, that they might give light in the temple.
So this is what you're watching in the back. That's what they have, the candlestick. That's what they have, the candlestick. I know we don't see it in the camera, right?
Hey, and the precept for all of this, you can read in Deuteronomy chapter 27, all right? Deuteronomy 27.
Verse 51. Furthermore, they set the loaves upon the table and spread out veils and finished all the works which they had begun to make.
The loaves talking about the bread. They set bread on the table and spread out the veil and finish all the works which they have begun to make. So that's why you see when you look at the decoration, that's what you look at. All this stuff that I know that every school have almost the same decoration. School, hey, if you can pan the camera, look at the officers' table over there, the background. Can you please pan the camera? What's up with my IT team, boy? Oof. Yep, that's Lonely Asa right there. Yep, that's now you got sister, you got sister, you see right there? That's the Maccabees right there. That's right. That's right. We ain't it here, we got the Maccabees for you. That's right. You can turn it back. We got sisters Adassa, who decorate our school for all the fish. She's got a team who always help her put this thing together. Even the front here, I don't know if you guys can show the front, how nice it looks. It does look nice. She did a good job. She did a good job. Yep. You know, Adassa, sometimes I have to stop her. You know how she is. She want to put her foot in everything. She want to go extra. All right, you ready? Go back. What verse you in?
Verse 52. Now,
And brothers and sisters, there's nothing wrong. This same decoration you have inside your house too. There's nothing wrong with that.
Hey,
right?
you used to go all out for Christmas.
Yep.
You used to go all out for New Year's. Matter of fact, December 1st, right after Thanksgiving, you used to have the Christmas decorations up and spend all kind of energy putting that stuff up. Put that stuff up. Put that same energy into Feast of Dedication.
That's right. Yep. What verse you in, soldier?
verse 52. Now on the 25th day.
Officer, you reading for us now? Okay,
Yes, sir.
go ahead.
Verse 52. Now on the 25th day of the 9th month, which is called the month Caslu, in the 148th year, they rose up betimes in the morning and offered sacrifice according to the law upon the new altar of
The
burnt
new
offerings.
altar. The new altar. The new altar. Remember, they sanctify it. They cleanse it. They take the old one down. The new altar, read.
Which they had made. Verse 54. Look at what time and what day the heathen had profaned it. Even in that was it dedicated with songs. And
So, no. Read it again, verse 54.
look at what time
Look at what time
and what day
and what day
the heathen had profaned it.
had defiled it. Even, go ahead.
Even in that was it dedicated with songs and citherns and harps and cymbals.
Hey, what is a sit? What is a citern? Because hey, you know what? You know what's so heavy about this? Some Israelites say we're not supposed to be happy. But this said they're celebrated with. Hey, give me the definition of what is that? What is that? What type of instrument is that? Can you show me a picture? Go to pictures, image. I just want to see what it's like, look like. I never heard that before. Oh boy, can you just? You see one? I don't see one. Which one? How come it didn't come up here? Where? What? The hell is this?
They spell it now C-I-T-T-E-R-N.
Thank you, IT. Appreciate y'all.
C-I-T-T-E-R-N.
There you go. Thank you, IT. Appreciate y'all. There you go. Can they see it? That's that. I thought that's supposed to be a guitar. Oh wow. All right, and you say with harps.
Verse 55. Then all the people fell
No,
upon
read
them.
verse 54 again.
Verse 54. Look at what time and what day the heathen had profaned it. Even in that was it dedicated with songs and citherns and harps and cymbals.
And cymbals. So we had musical instrument. We play, we celebrated, we enjoy ourselves. It was a party. That's what they're saying. We wasn't just sit there all sad with sad faces. That's why we tell you guys, those feasts, you got to come with a joyful spirit, man. Not sad. Whatever it is you go to during the weekend, the world, leave that out there. When you come here, you come here to enjoy the feast with your brothers, with your sisters. Have a good time. Have a little wine, have a little drink. Don't get drunk and go drive your car. That's what we're saying. Make the spirit, how do I say it? Make the spirit happy. Marry the spirit. You know what I'm saying? So that our forefathers do the same thing. Verse 55.
Then all the people fell upon their faces, worshiping and praising the God of heaven, who had given them good success.
The good success is they was able to claim back the temple. That was a good success. They was able to claim back the temple, cleanse it, get rid of the heathen, and have a party and celebrate. That's a good success. That's that same celebration Moses ordered us to do. Now, go to 2 Maccabees 1. 2 Maccabees chapter 1. I'm almost done. I'm not going to keep you guys. I know you guys want to celebrate this. 2 Maccabees chapter 1. Start at verse 7. Let me see. Yeah, start at verse 7.
2 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 7. What time as Demetrius reigned in the 169th year, we, the Jews, wrote unto you in the extremity of trouble that came upon us in those years, from the time that Jason and his company revolted from the holy land and kingdom, and burned the porch and shed innocent blood. Then we prayed unto the Lord and were heard. We offer also sacrifices and fine flour, and lighted the lamps, and set forth the loaves. Now see,
it's a lighting up the lamp and set forth the load. Verse 9.
And now see that ye keep the feast of tabernacles in the month Caslu.
So it say, make sure you keep the feast of tabernacle in the month of Caslu, right? So, hold on. Hold on. Let me see something. Read verse 18 right quick. Let me see something.
Verse 18. Therefore, whereas we are now purposed to keep the purification of the temple upon the 25th day of the month Caslu, we thought it necessary to certify you thereof, that ye also might keep it as the feast of tabernacles.
That's what I wanted. The same thing as you got to keep it the same way as the feast of tabernacle. That's basically what he's saying. Feast dedication, you got to keep it the same way as the feast of tabernacle. That's what he's saying. Finish it up.
And of the fire, which was given us when Nehemiah offered sacrifice, after that he had builded the temple and the altar.
From there, give me John 10. Give me John chapter 10, verse 22.
John chapter 10 and verse 22. And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication, and it was winter.
Read.
And Jesus walked in the temple in Solomon's porch.
Read the whole thing again.
And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication.
The feast of dedication. I just want to, remember I made this statement earlier, I said Christ kept it. That's the proof Christ kept the feast of dedication. The same way Christ kept it, guess what, brothers and sisters? We got to keep it too. Now, just like Captain said, you know what's so crazy about this verse? This is the proof. The book of Maccabees. The book of Maccabees is the proof we fight against the Greeks. We fight against the Greeks. Who's the Greeks? Esau. Christ celebrate that we defeated the Greeks. But Christ died for the Greeks too?
Makes no sense. Christ celebrated the destruction of the Greeks. But now he come on the scene and he's for the Greeks too. He's for all world peace. Well, that don't make no damn sense then. So if the Israelites, Deacon, is God's chosen people, suffering different captivity after captivity after captivity. Now here comes Christ. And Christ says, don't worry about that. We know you've been through all kinds of slavery, all kinds of hell, but I came to die for everybody, including the Greeks and the Romans who's in the land right now oppressing us. I came to die for them. Makes no sense whatsoever. No sense.
No sense. Let me tell you how stupid these pastors are. When you look at the scriptures, right? This is what people don't understand. People say the Apocrypha don't belong in the Bible. That's what they say, right? My question always to them is this. Okay, name all the great empires. When somebody tell you the Apocrypha is not in the Bible because they're taking off that many don't belong in there, this is the question you got to ask them. Name you all the great empires. Name you all the great empires. They're gonna start with the Assyrian, the Babylonian, Persian, and Medes. They're gonna go with the Greeks, and they're gonna go with Rome. Some people jump from the Persian and the Medes all the way to Rome. So what happened to the Greeks? As a matter of fact, what make no sense at all, Esau actually started ruling the earth under the Greeks. That's when Esau started ruling the earth. So where's that history? Where they come from?
how Rome all of a sudden you flip one page from the Malachi, you flip one page,
You
and you're in
jump
a Roman
straight to
captivity.
Rome.
What happened? What happened to the Persians? How that happen?
That make no sense. So, who actually took the Persian down? It wasn't Rome. That's that thing that make no sense. So, that history is the Apocrypha. Yeah. Exactly. So, how did Christ know to celebrate it if it wasn't in the Bible? Answer that.
Right. And Christian, how do you celebrate the feast? What was Christ doing with the Feast of Dedication right here then? Because it's not in the 66 books. So how did Christ come to get that? Where he get that from? And why don't you do it? Since you're a follower of Christ, Christ kept the Feast of Dedication, D.
So Christ honor forefather the Maccabees for defeating the Greeks. He saw and rededicate the temple, but Christ also loved the Greeks that we defeated. You cannot make this up. Your niggas is crazy. You're crazy. That make no sense. From there, I'm almost done. Give me Sirach. No, actually, no. I'm going to leave Sirach for last. Why, you got something?
Deacon, didn't Christ, sweet cuddly Jesus, also keep the Passover?
Yeah.
Was not the Passover the celebration of the deaths of the oppressors?
Yep.
Wait a minute. I'm thinking. I'm confused.
I'm really
I'm
confused.
confused. So he loved the Egyptians too that he's celebrating their murder of. Makes no sense.
Give me Sirach. Sirach. No, actually. No, go back to Maccabees. Give me Maccabees chapter 4. First Maccabees chapter 4. The last verse we read was
55.
55.
Verse 56.
Huh?
56.
55. So start at 56, go down.
First Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 56. And so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days, and offered burnt offerings with gladness, and sacrificed the sacrifice of deliverance and praise.
So remember, it said we must keep feast dedication just like tabernacle. We must keep it just like tabernacle for 8 days. All right? Read.
They decked also the forefront of the temple with crowns of gold and with shields.
With crown of gold. Then we just show you. That's why we got the shield. We got the shield in the background with gold. Read.
And the gates and the chambers they renewed, and hanged doors upon them. Thus was there very great gladness among the people, for that the reproach.
No. Read verse 58 again. No. Read verse 57 again.
Verse 57. They decked also the forefront of the temple with crowns of
They
gold.
decorated, make it nice, with shield, with gold. Go ahead.
And with shields. And the gates and the chambers they renewed.
They renewed the gate and the chambers.
And hanged doors upon them.
And hang doors upon them. Even the door, they have to put new doors in them.
Deacon, so they didn't deck trees.
No.
They wasn't decking trees this time of year. They ain't decking
Nope.
your trees with jingle bells and little bells, ornaments, silver and gold. No, it's what it says right here.
And sisters, do not use Most High God feast, turn it into them Christmas. Secret Christmas. Because I know some of you have that deep down inside of your thought. That secret Christmas. Because I remember one time, a sister go and buy the Christmas balls. What you call them? The ornaments. And she claimed that's part of the feast. I'm like, no, that's not part of the feast. That's not what I just read here. I did not just read this here. Read it again for them.
Verse 57. They decked also the forefront of the temple with crowns of gold and with shields, and the gates and the chambers they renewed, and hanged doors upon them. Thus was there very great gladness among the people, but that the reproach of the heathen was put away.
So there was, you know what he said? He said there was very gladness among the people. The people was happy. There was not one sad face. That's what he's saying. There was not one sad face among the people. They were happy. They were glad. They were eating good that day. We glad we get away of we glad we get rid of these devils. Christ said the same thing. Christ said, I'm glad my forefathers get rid of the devils. I'm going to celebrate that thing. Yep. Read.
Moreover, Judas and his brethren, with the whole congregation of Israel, ordained
Judas and his brethren,
that the days of the dedication of the altar should be kept.
No. I don't want to skip the word. Start over. I'm sorry. Start over.
Moreover, Judas and his brethren, with the whole congregation of
with
Israel.
the whole congregation. That's what I said. That's what Captain said. He said the whole congregation mean what? They were in one mind. One mind. You know what's good about what's heavy about this also, Cap? It wasn't only one. It wasn't only some of us. All of us was put into the hell. Esau put all of us to hell. You know, it's only some of us today we good. Some of us today we say, I don't care about my brother. I'm good. I'm eating good. But when you read the Bible is not talking about an individual. The Bible is talking about a whole nation of people. Go ahead, Cap.
Hey, so in other words, we just finished a battle, a war. We was all in the same mind, same spirit to win that war. But today you have brothers that will slander you, speak evil of you, go to the heathen against you.
Yep.
Right? But in this time, we had our minds all right. We was in one mind, one spirit, brothers, sisters. You understand? We had common enemies, and we knew it. Today, we look at each other like we the damn enemy. No, just because we don't agree on all the scriptures the same way, don't mean we're enemies like that. The heathen, that's your enemy. That's your enemy right there.
And if you go to the enemy against you, brothers, you cannot celebrate this day today. I'm just telling you straight. You wasted your time. You go to SPLC, BBC against your own people, you cannot celebrate this because this feast is against the other nations. So if you work with the other nation against your people, how the hell are you celebrating this? That makes no sense. You're a hypocrite. That telling you wasting your time. Most of the guys looking at you laughing. You wasting your time. You praising the enemy for destroying your own people, but you celebrating this. That makes no sense. When Christ himself celebrating the destruction of the other nations. You wasting your time. You are Judas Iscariot. I'm going to tell you the same thing Christ said. Go kill yourself. Go die somewhere. That's what Christ said. Go kill yourself. People sensitive. People are very sensitive. That's why people cannot picture. That's why when some of you look, listen, man, you cannot picture. You know how Esau give us that white Jesus for so long, and he's up there. He look pure. Oh, he cannot say that. He looks so good. Listen, the Jesus are saying that he's black. Yes, he's black. He's saying, nigga, go down somewhere. You're a traitor.
In today's language, that's what he's saying. Hey, go kill yourself, man. Go play in traffic. Go die. Kill yourself. That's what Christ is saying.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Not the white boy. White boy telling you go be a homo. Go be a Greek. That's the white boy's telling you. The Jesus in the Bible, you betray your brethren, go die somewhere, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Go put the millstone around your neck. Go jump in the ocean.
That's what Christ said. If you're a traitor to your people, to your own people, your own nation. Because you know what some of you think? Some of you think when you betrayed one Israelite, when you betrayed Israel, you betrayed the whole nation. That's what you don't get it. So when Judas Iscariot betrayed Christ, he only betrayed Christ? Then Christ died for the whole nation? So he betrayed the whole nation. That's what some of you don't understand. When these leaders in the wilderness betrayed Moses, did they only betray Moses? They betrayed the whole nation. Why then, if he only betrayed Moses, why God have to kill all of them? They betrayed the whole nation. God have to open the earth and swallow all of them up. Die. Go ahead, God. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's just read it.
Yeah, we got time. We got time.
Let's just read it.
We got plenty time.
Matthew 25 and 40.
I only got 2 more scriptures. We got time.
Let's see what Jesus says about that.
Matthew chapter 25 and verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren.
So you betray any of your brethren, okay? You betray any of the sheep, the children of Israel. Go ahead.
Ye have done it unto me.
See what Christ said? You betrayed Christ. That's what you did. You betrayed Christ. Here we on a mission to bring back Christ's kingdom, and you betrayed the brethren working to bring back Christ's kingdom. You betrayed Christ. Nigga, go kill yourself. Yeah, Deacon.
You betrayed the whole nation. You in verse 59 again, please.
First Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 59. Moreover, Judas and his brethren with the whole congregation of Israel ordained.
For you to ordain this, you have to be in the same mind, same spirit. Same mind, same spirit. So Judah, Maccabees, order, and the whole congregation, all the people ordain us to celebrate this. Read.
That the days of the dedication of the altar.
The days of the dedication of the altar.
Should be kept in their season from year to year.
From what?
Year to year.
You know why I say from year to year? Every year it should be kept. That's why they say from year to year. It should be kept. Read.
By the space of 8 days.
By the space of 8 days. By the space of 8 days. We start last Monday sundown to today Monday sundown. By the space of 8 days. Read.
From the 25th day of the month Caslu, with mirth and gladness.
With what?
With mirth and gladness.
What is the word mirth mean? Can you give me a definition? I don't want to jump over the words. With mirth and gladness. What does that say?
Mirth, amusement, especially as expressed in laughter.
Hey, go. You see, say laughter. Go down. Go down. Hey, click this. No, go down. Go down. Click. You see when he say go up. You see when he say does mirth mean happiness? Yep. Click that. Read that.
Meaning of mirth in English, laughter, humor, or happiness.
Or happiness. Or happiness. So you should keep the feast with happiness. Not sad. Happiness. With mirth, with happiness and gladness. You should be happy in these days, man. Verse 60.
Verse 60. First Maccabees chapter 4 verse 60. At that time also they builded up the Mount Sion with high walls and strong towers round about, lest the Gentiles should come and tread it down, as they had done before.
They build why they build strong towers? To keep the enemy out. To keep the enemy out. Read.
And they set there a garrison to keep it, and fortify Bethsura to preserve it.
They set a garrison. What is a garrison? Huh? A fourth. To what? Read the verse 61 again.
And they set there a garrison to keep it, and fortified Bethsura to preserve it, that the people might have a defense against Idumea.
Against who?
Idumea.
What is it? Hey, put Idumea up. But Jesus loved the Idumea. But our forefather, Judah Maccabees, and our people built a fort to keep them out. To keep them out. But Jesus Christ come from down all from heaven to die for Idumea. You cannot make this up. With that, because I don't want to say it, so they won't think I make that up. Can you zoom in, please?
Dick, I'd love to hear a Christian actually answer this. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'd love to hear it.
Edom and Idumea are two related but distinct terms. They relate to a historical, what is that? It's contagious population, but to two separate. It's the same people. Edom, Esau, Idumea is the same people. Same people. Hey, click on that. What is the meaning of Idumea?
Idumean. Edomite.
Edomites. Edomites. White people. They're so-called white people. Read the last verse again. What our forefathers, Judah, Maccabees.
First Maccabees chapter 4.
Judah Maccabees, the Levite did, brother.
First Maccabees chapter 4, verse 61. And they set there a garrison to keep it, and fortified Bethsur.
There was a time, bro, Levi who got their right mind, brother. It's today we bug out. There was a time Levi was right. What Levi did?
And they set there a garrison to keep it, and fortify Bethsur to preserve it, that the people might have a defense against Idumea.
Idumea. Hey, you know what's so crazy about that verse? You know when he said they set a garrison in 45. It's like your guys said, you see what the party said, the tower. They built a fort, right? You know what's so crazy about this verse? You know Levi did the same crap in Haiti. That's what they call citadel. They build this thing on top of a mountain just when the enemy come so they can see it. It actually look like a battleship. If you far away, you look at it, it actually look like a battleship. And it actually look like he's on top of the water, but in reality, he's in the mountain. But read the last verse again, please.
And they set there a garrison to keep it, and fortify Bethsur to preserve it, that the people might have a defense against Idumea.
That we might have a defense against Idumea. In other words, the next time they come, they're not just going to walk in. They're not going to. We build a fort to keep them, and we put people to defend it. They're not just going to walk in. Yeah.
Hey, keep reading chapter 5, 1 through 3.
Chapter 5,
Let's
verse
see.
1.
Let's see if Judah Maccabees and the Maccabees who was the main enemy. Go ahead.
Hey, brothers and sisters, you can start passing the bread and wine. We're about to have a couple of scriptures left.
First Maccabees chapter 5, verse 1. Now, when the nations round about heard that the altar was built and the sanctuary renewed as before, it displeased them very much.
Oh, man. That's why everybody loves when you're at that lower state, when you're in the ghettos. They could trample all over us, use us, exploit us, right? They love you at this point, this status right here, at the bottom. It just...
You know what's so heavy? No. It's the same thing today, brothers. That verse said, they found out, the other nation found out, the one that's around us found out, the altar was built, the sanctuary renewed as before, and it displeased them. Guess what we're doing today? We're building the nation of Israel. You think the nation happy, found out we keep this day today? No, they're not. They know what that means. When you get your mind right, now you're no longer selling drugs. Some of your family members, they were close to you when you were selling drugs. They loved that money you was hustling out there. You have that gun on you, you was running guns. today, those same family members, they say you want to coach you crazy. They're more displeased with you today than they were with you back then on your whole life. They said, why you don't smoke weed no more? We used to party together. What's going on with you?
You don't come around for Christmas no more. Thanksgiving, you don't come around no more at all. You know what I'm saying? Now that you're getting your life right, keeping God's laws, now they got a problem with you. Not only the other nations, but the heathen-minded of our own people. Your family got a problem with you now. They think you crazy. No, nigga, you crazy. We know you crazy. You celebrating a fat white man coming down the chimney in a couple days, spending $1,000 on gifts that the kids gonna play with for 2 weeks. You crazy. No, we in the spirit of the Lord right here. That's where we at. Go ahead, give me that. Read verse 1 again.
Now, when the nations round about heard that the altar was built and the sanctuary renewed as before, it displeased them very much.
It displeased the other nations to see the building up of the nation of Israel again. It displeased every other nation that now they can't exploit you. They can't take advantage of you. Go ahead.
Wherefore they thought to destroy the generation of Jacob that was among them. And thereupon they began to slay and destroy the people. Then Judas fought against the children of Esau in Idumea.
Wait. Who was he fighting against?
Then Judas fought against the children of Esau.
The children of Esau today, that's the red people, the so-called white man, Caucasians. Okay? That's the Greeks. The Edomites are the Greeks or Idumeans. You understand? So that was the enemy that we had to fight against. The Edomites, the Greeks, today Caucasians. Go ahead. Same people. Go ahead.
Then Judas fought against the children of Esau in Idumea at Arbatim, because they besieged Israel. And he gave them a great overthrow and abated their courage and took their spoils.
And he took their spoils. Go ahead, Deacon.
Hey, Deacon Abia, you try to be funny. Okay. Hey, give me the definition of what did I say? F-O-R-T. I think that's what I say. He said no, I say F-O-R-T-H. Oh, what is wrong with this guy? It's the accent, man. It's fourth. How do you say it? How do you say it?
We're going to let you slide because you Levi this week,
No, how do you say it?
You got one more day to talk crap,
No, go ahead. How do you say it? You guys say it.
Fort.
That's what I said.
No. You said fourth.
Oh, God.
Like the fourth son of Jacob. Fourth.
That's what I'm not even going to say it again.
It's all right, D. You Levi, D. You was one of the saviors back in these
it's like you say
right
fortress,
here.
right?
Fortress.
Then I said right? Fortress.
You said fortress right.
Oh, God.
You didn't say fort right. Fort. I have that Queen's English.
Listen,
you know
man,
what I'm saying, D?
It's the accent, man. Can we show what these look like? IT, what are you doing? Can you just put one of them up?
Yeah, just pick that one right there.
Yeah.
You just pick one.
Yeah, just pick one. That looks like a damn house. That's not a. Oh, God.
Look right there.
Hey,
yeah, right there. That one right there.
Yes, that one.
Left. No,
Left.
no. Okay, all right.
Yeah, you can put that one. That's one. Anyway, what it does is it keeps the enemy out. Some of you guys watching those old movies, those old King Arthur's movies, that's what this. You see this right there? That's a fort. That's what you call a fortress. When the enemy come, they don't just run out, run in. There's a gate, a big metal gate, and they used to put people. Remember, they're supposed to. The whole city used to be surrounded like that by walls, tall walls. So at the gate, before you can go inside to sell anything, you have to go to the guards. They have to find out what you're going to sell. So it's only today you just come. Everything wide open. And guess what? In the kingdom is going to be happening again. You remember the scripture talking about the 12 gates? Or you think you're just going to run in there? It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. You're going to have to face one of those angels. It ain't going to happen. You're just not going to walk in there. It's not going to happen. You finished what you was reading, right? All right, let's close out. Give me Sirach 43. Okay, Deacon Abiel. Sirach, let me have Sirach 43. Sirach 43, let's read verse, what is that, verse 30? Verse 30, last verse.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 43 and verse 30. When ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can.
So the scriptures say, when you glorify the Lord, when you come, you celebrate these brothers and sisters, we are glorifying the Lord. We are glorifying the Lord. He said what? It what?
When ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can.
When you glorify Most High, exalt Most High as much as you can. Exalt Most High as much as you can. Read.
For even yet will he far exceed. And when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength.
Put forth all your strength. You know how when you used to sell drugs, you used to put forth all your strength? That was the only thing in your mind. You used to smoke weed, have all the munchies. You put all your strength in that thing. You used to go to sleep, smoke weed. Wake up, smoke weed. Go to work high. You coming from work, you high. You driving high. Today, you have to be high in the scriptures. You got to go to sleep with the scriptures. Wake up with them. Drive with them. Put all your strength in worshiping Most High. Same way you used to be in the wickedness. That's what he's saying. Same way. Now you high is the scriptures. Get high with the scriptures. That's how you should be. That's what he's saying. Read the whole thing again, please.
Verse 30. When ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can. For even yet will he far exceed. And when
yet will he far exceed. Read.
And when ye exalt him.
And when you exalt Most High.
Put forth all your strength.
Put everything you have. Read.
And be not weary.
And do not worry.
And be not weary. For ye can never go far enough.
Don't worry that maybe I put too much strength in this. Maybe I worship Most High too big, too much. You know how you in your house, you put your little Israelite music on, or you put on YouTube, you listen to the scriptures. The scripture said you can never worship him enough. And guess what? We're all guilty of that. All of us is guilty of that. That's why sometimes we find our mind wandering around. Wondering. Our mind should not be wandering, because our mind should be in this 24/7, 365 days a year. That's how we keep our mind from. There's a lot of things in this kingdom try to deter our mind from somewhere else. Some of it, to tell the truth, is family members. You always got that phone call, even though you tell them, do not call my damn phone. They're still, you know what? They say, no, I'm going to call to see if it's a joke. I'm going to call anyway. You call, you curse them, they still call.
Hey, Deke, that's that bait right there.
Yeah?
Y'all know December 25th in the morning, December 25th, you're going to get that Merry Christmas from some family member. Are you going to respond? Or are you going to check them? Or are you going to respond, Merry Christmas? Who got a Merry Christmas text last year? Bunch of liars, you.
You see, a couple of brothers put their
only
hands
four,
up.
okay. No sisters. Oh, one. One sister. Okay. All right. Lord's will this year, it'll be none of y'all. Because they should know where you stand by now. They should know you ain't having that. You ain't about that. Are they hitting you tonight saying happy feast of dedication?
No, they didn't call you.
They
didn't text you.
Did they hit you and say Happy Tabernacles? Oh, I know you don't celebrate Halloween, but Happy Feast of Tabernacles. Did they hit you and say that? But they will hit you and say Happy Halloween, Happy Thanksgiving, and all that garbage, won't they? Y'all got to see what they doing, man. They think they slick. They throwing that little bait out there.
And if mama call you, mama say he got $1,000 for you, get the money and bounce. Take the money and run.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, I'll see you later.
Bye, Mom.
Oh, you're not even going to stay for dinner? Nope, I'm out. I just come for the money. Anyway, Israel, happy feast.
What is nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation